What's up, guys? I thought I would check in with you on this Saturday morning as I start my day. I hope you guys are doing well. And there are a couple of betting opportunities I want to talk to you guys about. I made my bets. I thought I would let you guys know. Guys, it kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't realize this fight was coming up. Manuel Charr, or as he's going by now, Mahmoud Charr, but I'm going to call him Manuel. All right. He's fighting Kubrat Pulev in Pulev's country of Bulgaria. And guys, they have Pulev, is a sizable favorite. Money coming in on Pulev. I'm not seeing any money coming in on Charr. I think the bettors and I believe the odds makers are wrong with this fight. Guys, you can get Manuel Charr at the highest plus 280 on the money line. Now that's in a three-way bet, which I don't like doing that, because if it's a draw you lose your money. But I'm seeing it plus 280, plus 270, plus 275. And the knockout, the highest I've seen is a plus 500 on BetMGM. Pretty much everywhere else has the knockout at a plus 400. DraftKings had some group round bets 1 through 3 at a plus 3,500. I think 4 through 6 plus 1,600. Guys, I'm expecting Manuel Charr to win this fight, and most likely it will be by stoppage. Manuel Charr, his last 3 fights have ended within 3 rounds. He's been out of the ring for 2 years at this point, but I really don't think that that's going to matter, because while he is 40, he is the younger man at 40, and I believe he has more to tank at 40 as opposed to Pulev, who I've been down on for a few years now, ever since the Charr fight, where he had the most inaccurate performance I've ever seen in boxing. Charr, who had been in wars, who was not hard to hit. Pulev was having problems hitting Charr. All right, made Charr look like Willie Pep. That's how bad he was in that fight. Since then, he fought Warwick, which I made a video and bet against him, and I lost on that fight. Then his last fight earlier this year, he fought the Ukrainian butterbean, Ihor, whatever his name is. All right. In Bulgaria, he was favored to get a stoppage on him, sizably, and I laughed and I played the other way. I played him to win by decision. I think I got like a plus 275 on that prop and a 1. Pulev is not a puncher, man. He has not had a stoppage since 2019. Before that, his last stoppage was 2016. All right. So like 2 stoppages in the last 8 years. And no, I'm not counting his first round stoppage of an old washed up MMA fighter in Frank Mir on a Triller event in some hybrid fight they had a few years ago. No, we're not counting that. All right. And the odds makers actually think that that the most likely outcome is Pulev by stoppage in this fight. I strongly disagree. And the reason that they are doing that is because Manuel Charr, he's lost 4 fights. 3 of them have been by knockout. But the guys that he got knocked out by were Vitaly Klitschko, Dr. Iron Fist, one of the best heavyweights of all time, a very hard hitter. He was stopped by Alexander Povetkin, who we know had popped on pads when he was about to fight Deontay Wilder, so we know what Povetkin was about, all right? And his last knockout defeat, I think it was in 2016, against Mars Breedis, a heavy hitter. No shame in getting knocked out by those guys. Those guys have punch, and Pulev does not. All right. If Pulev wins this fight, it will be by decision. So, if you want to hedge this play, or if you think Pulev will win, play the good odds and play him by decision, unless he gets a gift stoppage from the ref or some shit like that, or some kind of freak cut, or it would have to be something freaky for him to stop Manuel Charr, in my opinion, because he is not a puncher. All right. Now, Manuel Charr is a puncher. You know, the same Manuel Charr who popped on PEDs back in I think it was 2018. He popped with 2 anabolic steroids, all right, and was suspended for 6 months. You know, he was out of the ring until what I think 2022. And he had 3 fights. All 3 of them, you know, were stopped within 3 rounds. You know, gave Chris Lovejoy his first defeat. I think he stopped in the 3rd round, 2nd or 3rd, and then his other 2 fights, I think it was, I can't remember. And then the fight after that, he made the guy quit. He hit him to the body. His last fight, the guy did not belong in the ring with him. He looked terrible. Stopped him, I think, in 2 rounds, made him quit. You know, he has a punch, man, and he's talking about making Pulev quit. You know, so I think this line is off. I think the odds makers made a mistake here. They are overrating a 43-year-old Pulev, who is faded, who is not in his prime anymore. The only thing Pulev has going for him is his fights in his home country. You know, and if it goes to a decision, he will get the decision. Hell, Charr could knock him down 5 times. He probably won't win a decision. All right. So I think Charr has to get a stoppage. They're giving good odds on the stoppage, and I played that. All right. And if the fight goes the way I think it will, it could be a very nice profit. I mean, I watched his last fight, Pulev's last fight. The first 2 rounds, he was getting hit at will with the left hook by a fat butterbean looking Ukrainian, all right, who does not have the foot speed or the hand speed that Manuel Charr has. You know, he's not the fighter, he's not the boxer, he don't have the punch that Charr has, and he was hitting Pulev whenever he wanted to with the left hook. You know, Pulev could not move out of the way of body shots, and Charr destroys guys to the body. All right, so and if this fight was to go, you know, past the 3rd, go past the 6th, you know, Pulev's gonna slow down, especially if he's getting hit to the body. All right, so I got Charr in this fight. I think that's a good opportunity, guys. Next, Lawrence Okolie making his heavyweight debut against, I think the guy's name was Muhammad. You know, I was, you know, looking at this fight as you know, playing the good underdog odds on Okolie to win by decision. FanDuel give him plus 500 on that. All right, he's making his heavyweight debut, guys. We have not seen him at heavyweight. We don't know what he's gonna be like, what his punch gonna be like, how he gonna deal with a guy that is, you know, his size or bigger. You know, when I saw how they priced this fight, I was like, you know what, plus 500, that's a good opportunity, man. Because this, you know, if his power is not, if he's not able to destroy a heavyweight like he was destroying smaller fighters, he was fighting smaller fighters at cruiserweight. You know, if his punch is not the same against heavyweights, and he's, you know, punching and clinching, and, you know, he can't stop the guy, he got to get through the fight by throwing punches and clinching and clinching, that could be a good opportunity to cash in on plus 500. The guy Muhammad had gotten stopped once by the guy that got DQ'd against Effie Ajagba a year or 2 ago on ESPN. A guy who had pretty much won all of his fights by knockout except one. All right. So, you know, no shame in the guy getting stopped by that guy. But that guy is and was a natural heavyweight like Muhammad is. So, you know, this is a one smaller guy in Okolie moving up to heavyweight. He looked terrible at the weigh-in, guys. He looks terrible at heavyweight. You know, when he was at cruiserweight, he was lean. He had a six-pack, flat stomach, all that. You know, he was, his midsection was looking a little soft and suspect when he fought for the Bridgeweight title earlier this year. Now at heavyweight, guys, this guy's gone from what, 200 to 224, whatever Bridgeweight is, to now 260. He looked terrible. He looks like a tall, skinny, fat heavyweight with a big belly, man. I looked at the weigh-in. The guy had problems picking up his boots, man, off the floor after he weighed in. That's how bad a condition, how bad a shape he's in. All right. You know, after I saw that, I said, you know what? I still played the plus 500, because if the fight goes to a decision, he will get a decision in Britain. But you know, guys, it would not surprise me. You know, the guy Muhammad has a punch, man. 18 victories, 14 by knockout. You know, what if this guy was to possibly stop Okolie with the condition he's in, man, making his heavyweight debut? I played that shit, man. Caesars and ESPN bet giving a plus 1400 on Muhammad to stop Okolie. All right, you know, a small play, you know, because that's, you know, Okolie does have a good chin. We don't know what's gonna happen in this fight here. The guy could lose the fight, but at those odds, I played it. Also, DraftKings giving a plus 850 on the money line on Muhammad to beat Okolie. All right, and some bettor or bettors were smart and they started betting, putting money on Muhammad on FanDuel. You know, the odds went down on the knockout and the money line on FanDuel on this guy after they saw that weigh-in. So, you know, it would not surprise me. You know, if you want to play the fight to go the distance, you can get it like a plus 350, plus 375. You got to look around at the sports books for that. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this fight went the distance. I wouldn't be surprised if Okolie does not look good and doesn't stop this guy. All right. So those are some plays you can look at in that fight. And finally, the college football scene. I have played and I'm expecting Georgia to beat Texas again. I saw the odds and I was in shock. Georgia beat Texas, you know, a few weeks ago, all right, in Texas. You know, at the half, I think they were beating Texas 23-0. Texas only had one offensive drive where they went down the field and scored a touchdown in that game. The other touchdown they scored came off an interception where the guy got tackled near the goal line, all right, within the red zone. You know, Georgia by far looked like the better team in that game. And then in this game, Georgia basically gonna have a home game, guys. This game is gonna be at the Dome, the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta, which is like an hour and 9 minutes from the University of Georgia. So this is basically a home game, man. They're not doing no big traveling. Texas having to fly to Georgia to play this game, man. The quarterback is having an ankle issue. You know, now Georgia's still running back has been out, and he was tearing Texas up. But you know, they're expecting him to play, and even if he's not effective, this is basically gonna be a home game for Georgia, man. You know, crowd very much, I believe, will be in their favor, and you know, they were clearly the better team in the first game. I'm going with them in this game. You know, this is something you can put in a parlay. The money line is like a plus 130 at the highest that I saw. That's what I got it at. But you know, guys, if that's something you want to throw in a parlay to sweeten the parlay, or maybe look at, you know, some odds with that game, I think that's a good opportunity. I think the odds makers were off on those odds with that game. All right, considering the situations, I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia blew out Texas. All right. So that's it, guys. You know, let me know what you guys think, man. Good luck to you with any bets that you place this weekend, and I'll check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.